Matthews has now scored 19 goals in 20 career games against the Devils, marking his highest goals per game against any opponent. The Leafs captain also moves within one of Matt Sundin for the most OT goals in Leafs history, and Matthews has played in 400 fewer games. The Leafs just had one shot in the first period. That's the lowest in the NHL this season. They're outshot 39-16 in this entire game.
It doesn't sound real. Like when you say one shot in the first period, like that doesn't sound like a real stat at all.
No, and the whole start on time thing was out the window, which leads me to the question, how are they even in this game, let alone win it?
Anthony Stolarz is the reason why they're in this game. Ultimately, it's the reason why they win it. Like through two periods, they had no business being in this matchup. And for the goaltender to give you a chance to make a number of key saves at the right times, it felt like he was unbeatable, but there was a little bit of a recipe to this game. Stolarz had to play great. You had to get a depth goal. And at some point, one of the big boys was going to have to kick in. Of course, it's Austin Matthews who finds a way to get it done after a number of chances. But that's a combination where you don't want to play with fire like that so often, but to get the saves that you got from Stolarz and then Matthews to have all these chances, like at some point, Austin Matthews was going to break through. He had shorthanded chances, clean looks in alone. And, you know, if you think about Austin Matthews and what he's kind of been through this year where, hey, the production isn't necessarily where you want it to be, but he was getting clean looks. It wasn't like he struggled to get the looks. He just wasn't able to execute with his shot. And then finally, like, this is great speed by Matthews. This is a power move. And to be able to settle this puck down and elevate it as quickly as he did with someone draped all over you just goes to show you how elite of a goal scorer this guy is and can be. And it's only a matter of time until Austin Matthews continues to push through and score more goals for this team.
Yeah, he's not at 100%, whether it's physically or his performance or both, but it's only a matter of time when you give him those opportunities. Now, someone who is at 100% is Anthony Stolarz, making 38 saves in this game. How different is this Leafs team when they can go to a goaltender who's playing at that level?
It's so different, and it's funny that the Leafs are playing Sheldon Keefe in this game. Because how many times under Sheldon Keefe did the Leafs have a game where it looked like they really deserved to win and they had all the chances and they had all the shots and then they got goalied at the end of it? Like, we can almost go through a list of goalies that you maybe didn't hear of and then they goalied the Leafs at one point. And tonight, it's Anthony Stolarz, who, like, is not a overly established starter in the NHL. He's having an unbelievable season and he had a great game tonight, and he's the one who goalies the Sheldon Keefe-led New Jersey Devils. But, you know, for the Leafs to have this type of performance as consistently as they've gotten it this year, that is very new for this team. That's just not something that has happened in the past where this team has been prone to giving up the leaky goal or, you know, the shot off the rush that just seems to go in. And it's always made for, you know, an entertaining kind of game, but it never really made for really being able to lock it down or find ways to get your star players a little extra time to score a goal. Anthony Stolarz and his consistent performances this year has allowed for the Leafs to win more games where they didn't necessarily deserve to with their play.
All right, so with that, the Maple Leafs snap out of that mini two-game losing streak, and they were looking for a little bit of help as well on Tuesday night, hoping that the Oilers could beat the Lightning,